G'day guys, welcome to Rumble's Fish Room. So today we're hanging out on a black screen, and that is because I'm having a technical difficulties issue. Welcome to the people from Blake's Aquatics. I was just tuning into his stream. There was a bit of a mix-up with streaming times. He thought I went live in half an hour, but I go live at 5, which is 7 his time. I think it might be, I don't know if like daylight savings changed a little while ago, or last week I accidentally scheduled the stream for the wrong time and then went live at the right time, so maybe he got caught up after last week. Either way, I want to say thanks to Blake for respecting my time. And it just shows good sportsmanship that even after he had made a mistake, he ended his stream short for me. So I'm happy with that. So there's something going on. I can't figure out what's going on. So I was trying to put an old image in the background of my fish room, and I deleted. You guys know how I normally have the video playing in the background. I deleted the video, and now I've gone to add things back, and turns out when I add the new image, it's not showing up. Let's try add a video. We've got this media source. Yeah, media source, that's the one. I really should get online and do a bit of a course on the basics of using OBS Studios. Alright, so let's try get some hey, happy birthday to Blake. I was listening to your stream, but I have been trying to sort out this issue since you were streaming. That's how long I've been having this black screen issue. Got a nice coffee here. I was actually thinking about buying a new coffee machine. I'm kind of getting over the Moccona. I always used to drink grinded coffee, and sorry guys if the missus doing the dishes is loud through the microphone. I guess it's a good way to test out the directional mic. Alright, so I'm gonna have one more go at this. Worst case scenario, we're gonna do screen share, because I can share the screen well and good. If I put this up here, one more shot. I could just open the image on the screen share. I'll show you the image I'm trying to put in the background. It was going to be a bit of a topic actually, but sort by size. If I just open that there. This is one way to get it there, I guess. Oh no, now where am I? Oh no. Whoa. Oh, almost dropped the camera on my head, guys. This is not going well, is it? This is how not to stream. Pretty much just a shambles from the beginning. Alright, transition. There's the photo. So that's just a screen share. So now I can't change the screen in front of me, you just get to look at a picture. But there is a good thing that can come from this. I'll move that off there because you guys don't need to see that folder. It's not a bad folder. It's just a there's no naughty photos or anything. Alright, so I need to say hi to the chat. G'day Lockie, g'day John, g'day Craig, g'day Moist, g'day Anonymous, g'day Ead, g'day Eddie. I don't think Eddie's with us, but he dropped a comment before he left. G'day Chev and Fishboy. Ignore my turning my head. The top comments are up behind the camera. What is that? That is a very good question. I'm a Kiwi now. Very good question. That's my fish room. See that silver trough there? If you have a think about where the stingrays are and look at that photo, tell me if you can pick it. That is the tank that is on the back wall in the fish room. Now, as you can see, g'day Savannah. As you can see in this photo, that tank is in the room before the room's built. So a lot of people say to me, how come I haven't repaired this tank when it's leaking? This photo shows a very good reason why. So you guys can kind of see the cursor on the mouse. So what I did is I put this in the room, and if you look underneath, there's wheels and it's on a trolley. Basically I rolled this around the room and I sheeted the room around this tank. It was an absolute nightmare, but I couldn't sheet the room until this tank was in because there was no way of getting it in after. As you can see, it's basically the full length of the room. It's like it was made for it. And if you see the bracing, I don't know if you can really see it in my videos, but see this bracing that goes over the top? That is actually sunk into the wall, so the wall's got checkouts in it and all sorts. So to repair this tank, I can't take it out to repair it, so that's why it's like I've put off even touching it for so long. I am thinking about doing it, but it won't be until the warmer months, which is what I said last year. But I kind of want to cut it out. The tank's a bowed front. No, that's just the fisheye lens on the camera. That would have been, I don't even know what phone, maybe Samsung S8. I don't know which phone was the first one to have the fisheye lens. I think S7 or S8. So this photo actually makes it look so small. So from side to side there is 6 meters. The shed's, I think the shed is about 6.4 meters. No, 6.2 meters. But you got to think about the walls and the stud frames. And if you look at the timber, you'll notice it's actually bigger than a normal stud wall. It's actually 45 by 90 pine. And the reason I use that is because you've seen all my tanks actually hang off it. So basically, like you can see here, wow, it looks so small in these photos. Like the room isn't massive. It's only 6 meters by 3.2 meters, but these fisheye photos make it look tiny. G'day Neve. I don't know if I said that correct. Sorry if I didn't. So I just can't. I'm taken back. I haven't looked at these photos for many years, guys. So I'm actually a bit taken back by how small it looks in this photo. I'm actually keen to just have a chat about the fish room. The only problem is I'm sharing my main screen, so this is my music. How's the sound levels, guys? I put an earbud in to check the sound levels, but I haven't. I had a bit of a tinker with the green screen, so you'll notice it is looking a little bit better than last week. It's still not as good as it can be, but it's not too bad. I went to Spotlight and I went to buy some new felt. Instead of using, I've got the really thin stuff at the moment, but it was going to cost me $75 just for 3 meters, and it was only 1200 wide, so I would have to cut it up and join it. So unfortunately, I'm sorry guys, I'm not really willing to spend $75 on a green screen right at this minute, so you'll have to live with this. I do plan on making something at work. I want to make something out of 3mm MDF and just have it fold up into 4 pieces. Let me read the comments. Do you know? Cichlid Aquarium Keeper, how do you get electric blue acaras to breed? So this is actually an interesting topic. My electric blue acaras were breeding in a tank that had a pH of 6.5 to 7. I moved them into a tank that had a pH of 7.5 to 8 and they stopped breeding. So I don't know if it's a direct influence on their breeding, but it seems that they're not breeding in the higher pH. So maybe try soften the water with some Indian almond leaves or something like that, and you might have some luck. Obviously that's just my experience, so that's all. That's the only real comment I can have on that. But when they were in the softer water, they bred like flies. Like, I mean, they were breeding every 10 days. Like, it was crazy. I've also got to do a bit of housekeeping, guys. I haven't shared my video out or anything. We need to turn the sound off there. Mute tab. There we go. I don't need to play that. Press pause. Copy that link. Alright, so while I'm doing this, if you look at the walls, they're actually not sheeted. Sheeted? Is that a word? They're actually not sheeted in gyprock. They're sheeted in weatherboard. So that's like the fiber cement board. Basically, with this room, from the very start, I made it as much as I could waterproof. So, what's going on there? I can't even figure out how to use Facebook on the computer, guys. It does my head in. It's kind of dumb. Remember when Facebook was only on the computer? Is that showing my age? I don't actually. I tell a lie. I don't think it was ever only on the computer, was it? It was more MySpace. Oh, I remember MSN Messenger. Alright. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to... Do you guys remember MSN Messenger? Let me catch up on the comments here. If I added up is that full cost of the fish room, Anonymous? If I would change anything, I wouldn't have put that trough in. That stainless steel tank is just too big, and it's not even too big in the literage. Like, I would be happy to have a 5,000 litre tank in there, just not that shape. I can't move it. You guys know how tight it is in there. To take it out, I need to cut it up into about 6 pieces. So pretty much a grinder wouldn't really get through it. I would need to use like a plasma cutter or something to get it out, I reckon. Facebook's been not cool. It's Friday, so we can post on AFK, because AFK is their link sharing day. That's like the only good thing about staying, or not the only good thing, but when I went to stream on Tuesdays or Wednesdays or whatever it was, I couldn't post on AFK. Oh. Man, it's crazy how many people are getting into crypto, guys. I've been getting so many messages about people asking me like where to buy it and all that sort of jazz. Um, cheers Anonymous for saying smash up the like button. Hey mate, when your flower horn stopped laying for a while, was it food you used to get her going again? So I just swing the temperature, Moist. I find, so for anybody who doesn't know, the tanks over on the side where my flower horns are is quite far from the heater, and they only sit on like 24-25 degrees. So I've got one 200 watt heater which I actually rotate between the flower horn tanks, and when I drop that heater in, it bumps the tanks up to 30 degrees, and like almost without fail the girls lay. I've never swapped food to get laying. I've heard of people feeding bloodworms to get girls to lay, but I haven't really done it myself. Oh, I just got a message from one of the subscribers. His name's Gareth, and yeah, I'm not going to say who Gareth is in the chat. Maybe he can say if he wants to, but congratulations, mate. He's just had a baby boy today. That's awesome. So he's actually in the chat he's watching right now, but it's up to him whether he wants to reveal himself. Oh, Cichlid Aquarium Keeper. I got the wrong fish. I thought you asked if you could breed neon blue Acaras. But are you hang on, let me yeah, so disregard everything I said before. You don't want to soften the water with them. Basically, you want to throw some limestone in, get the water a bit harder, plenty of food, nice clean water. Maybe if you get super stuck, do two to 3 weeks with no water change, and then do an 80% water change. But that's like an absolute last resort. I would only do that if you know they're definitely old enough, and I would only do that if you're confident in the filtration on the tank. Like if you know that the filter, if you won't have any ammonia or nitrite, that you'll only have some strong nitrates, then I would do that. So Moist has given away his identity. I think I just pronounced identity wrong. So basically, yeah, congratulations. Is it your first? I'm not sure. Sorry. I think I don't know if I know the answer to that question. Yeah, so I don't know if I've said it on the channel, but I'm actually having a boy. G'day, Tatarsdale. I always say that wrong, don't I? Tater. Oh my god, is that tater salad as in like potato salad? I always say Tatarsdale. I've been getting it wrong for my whole life. I got new headphones, guys. I got the Samsung Buds Pro. I didn't get a new phone. I just bought the headphones because I'm pretty happy with my phone, and basically my bill gets cut in half because my contract's up. So I'm pretty excited. I'm going to have a little motorbike riding partner. I plan on hopefully getting him on a motorbike by the age of maybe 3 from the research I've been doing. So now you've got a 7-year-old and a 12-hour-old. I don't know how many hours exactly. I was going to say 1 day, but I guess he's not even 1 day yet. How are you even watching the stream? I feel privileged that you've taken the time in your day to watch the stream. Oh, that's out of control. Let's find some more photos. So basically, these walls are. I didn't finish what I was saying about it. These walls are fiber cement, and I flushed them with like flushing tape and everything, and it's actually cracking because I think fiber cement moves more than what do you call it, gyprock or something. So yeah, well, this is, I obviously took this photo with a potato. Can I just say, like, the positioning on the photos on the screen are pretty good. I'm gonna have to do a bit of research into why I can't put the photos onto OBS, but this will work for now. So this is with the ceiling in. I haven't done the corners yet, and there's no skirting or anything. Hang on, we'll go back one step. This is before I painted it. Man, the photos are horrible. So, what's... you can see daylight through that top corner. I've actually got to see where that daylight is in that top corner. That's actually still a problem. That the rain can actually wet that back corner. I've got to fix that. I can't believe I've been saying Tatersdale all this time. That's proper dyslexic, eh? Yeah, see, Chev's on the money. Fiber cement cracks a lot more. It's definitely the wrong material for the job, in a way. So it's good because it's waterproof. It's bad because it cracks. To be honest, the fact that it's waterproof is like trumping the fact that it cracks, because I'm all about practicality in this fish room. The roof is wet area gyprock, I believe. Yeah, that's why it's blue. I don't know why one sheet's grey. Did I cheap out and buy one normal sheet? I'm not sure. I can't remember. I've actually got a pretty bad memory, guys. What happens when Oh, so this one's like a panorama. It's like a full 360 of the room. So now I've got painted walls. The racks are starting to go in. As you can see, the trough is getting buried. So this is about, I think, I want to say this is where I couldn't get the trough out, but I don't think I could get the trough out prior to this either, because I don't think I could get it out the door. Maybe, I don't know, I'm not sure. It's because it's a panorama shot, so that's why it looks like the trough is on like a 90-degree curve. Where's some more photos? Maybe I'll do this sort of thing next week as well, but we'll do it on the koi pond, because I'm scrolling down here and there's a lot of photos on the koi pond. Here's the this is the rack that the 7 by 4 foot sits on. So it's got like double rails underneath. And then the top one's got the 4 by 2.5 and 4 by 2, and then the 7 by 2 up the top. Yeah, I really want to do one on the koi pond. There's heaps of koi pond photos here. Fish room photos, not so much now that I'm actually looking for them. There's some seriously old photos on here. Does anybody else like back all their photos up off their phone onto their computer. I've only done it for like the last few years. I really wish I did it back in the day, like, even though they'll be crappy quality photos. Imagine, like, think about your first camera phone and think about how cool it would be to still have all the photos off it. I'm sure there's some people out there that have done that. Man, where's some more photos? I'm not having much luck here. In the house folder. Yeah, here we go. Let's go back even further, guys. Check this out. Where's the photo? It's not going to show it very well. Look at this, guys. This is my fish room. I'm not even joking. Hang on, let me have a little bit of read of the comments. Oh, Blake, thanks for the super chat. Yeah, Anonymous, the walls aren't white anymore. I was thinking about touching it up, but I'm worried about the paint dripping into the tanks, because I'll have to paint between the tanks. Recessed billboard is better. Chev, don't come in here and tell me that I did it wrong. I don't want to. It's too late now. Yeah, I definitely should have done. Well, not. I should have asked some people. I definitely just rushed into it when I built the room. As you guys know, I rush into things, and if it fails, I just redo it. How long? It took me 2 years to get the fish room up and running. So, oh, Anonymous backs up every picture. That's a good idea. So, yeah, that's where my fish room is. Here we go. That's after the palm trees are removed. That must be... oh my... I can't believe this is what my backyard used to look like. So, basically, my shed starts where that black boy is and finishes where that jacaranda is. My shed pretty much lines up with that grey fence there where it turns green. So you can't actually see any of this grey fence anymore. But that grey fence is still there. Yeah, I think it comes to that. Okay. I'm reminiscing here myself, guys, trying to remember what's what. That's the other direction. That picture's no good to us. Alright, so it sort of goes from that to this. So this is my dog just chilling. Yeah, Anonymous, I definitely can imagine myself saving all the baby photos as well. So even that looks small in the photos. This slab is 11 meters by 6.5 meters. Well, actually, I think it's I think it's like 12.5 meters by I can't remember. 74 square meters, I think. Oh, and here's a fun fact. I actually bought my shed second hand, and when we pulled it down, this was all inside, so I had to pull this shed down around the guy's junk. Proper hoarder, this guy was. So yeah, my shed wasn't even new. You guys will notice by the color of the doors that it's not new. I've actually got new sheets for the doors. I just haven't put them on yet. Yeah, I've still got the grass trees, to be politically correct. I did lose one grass tree. We moved it and it didn't take to its new spot. So this was erecting the old shed. The only difference is you'll see the black posts. We replaced a lot of the structure because it was actually a pretty dodgy shed, and we ended up modifying it. Also, the shed, the doors used to be on the end, and you notice that I've got them on the side, so we had to modify it quite a bit. You can see, if you can see my mouse, just on the top of this rafter here, there's a dodgy little bit of pipe, 20 by 20 welded on the top of it. That's still there today, and that's what helps hold the doors up. So then, I think that's the last photo. Oh, started sheeting it. I look like I'm about to fall over in this photo. Yeah, so you can kind of gauge the size a bit better there. It actually looks a bit bigger. So my fish room is at that far end. You guys know where it is. You've seen me walk up and down there plenty of times. This is like a bit of a throw down memory lane. I haven't seen these photos for years. That's with my Gemini in there. My Gemini still sits there. So I sheeted the back half of the shed in the old sheets, and then the front half in the new sheets. I don't really have a photo. Where's the... I'm going to have to go diving for photos. Here's one before I started the fish room. Oh, this is a... Oh yeah, and I put this whole thing together with a little gasless hobby MIG, believe it or not. You'll have to bear with me, guys. I'm going to have to go hunting for photos. Maybe pictures in here. Damn, might be a bit hard from now, guys. I don't know if I've got... I should have... What are these photos? I had that folder which I was just showing you photos from, and I don't know, one day all of a sudden I stopped sorting the photos out. So from like pretty much when I was building that shed to now, all the photos are in one album, and I stopped organizing them. So that's a bad time for a situation like this where I'm trying to talk about the room. Here's a bit of a progress shot. What's this one? Oh, wow. It's all coming back to me, guys. Like, I don't even remember half of this stuff, and it's not on YouTube because idiot me decides to build a YouTube channel after I build a fish room. So one cool thing about Blake's Aquatics is he's got a YouTube channel before he starts building the fish room, which is good. First proper themed live stream in ages. Anonymous, no, I wasn't even organised. This is a spare of the moment idea, believe it or not. I was trying to put an old, if you weren't watching at the start, I was trying to put an old photo up in the background of the video, and I couldn't get it up, so it turned into this slideshow. You'll see there's my old pair of peacock bass in the back tank there. So like you can even see there wasn't even power in the room. There's like an extension lead running from outside. I think that extension lead might have even been running from the house all the way into the shed. We've got the 200 litre wine barrel as the filter up on the side there. Yeah, dodgy. So that tank's sat like that for years. See the bits of wood underneath? If a couple of months ago, if you remember, I actually pulled those bits of wood out and like modified it. So this structure stayed like this for like 2-3 years. G'day T-Bones, how are ya? Hidden costs in fish room. This is definitely the biggest one, plumbing. I don't even want to speculate on how much I spent on plumbing. Like it's the biggest snowball you've ever heard of. I think I've spent more on plumbing than I have on tanks. So let that settle in before you start building a fish room. To be fair, my plumbing is way more extravagant than 90% of people's fish rooms. So here's an interesting photo. See the black poles coming through the wall? That's actually the fish tank racks. And then look how much timber is inside the walls. There's no shortage of weight distribution in my fish room. So when I say my fish tanks have no rear legs, refer back to this photo and have a look for yourself. This is dodgy. Look at this dodgy craftsmanship here. Where that joint is in the sheet, there's not even a timber. I've just like screwed blocks of wood onto it to join the sheet. I obviously stuffed. I think the centers don't line up because I put that rail in a certain spot to allow for the rack. What's going on here? Can you see how there's like rails coming through and there's no timbers attached to them? I really hope that I change that before I finish the room. Is this the same? Is that there? Yeah. So I just put 2 timbers in there. Man, I do some dodgy shit, guys. You know I do. But look at the fish room. It's still standing. Oh, I shouldn't really show these photos publicly. They are dodgy, hey. Your solar panels are on the house, not the shed, yeah. Yeah, so the solar panels are on the house. I don't think I can put them on the shed. My shed's not strong enough. Oh, check out this photo. So this is how much insulation is in the roof of my shed. So if you're wondering how I keep it warm, that's 2 layers of like 150mm pink bats. It was the worst job I've ever done. I had the full white suit on and I was still itchy for like 24 hours. Oh, check this one out. This is an interesting photo. So this is me gluing the cornice up. The cornice is all made out of PVC too, so that's waterproof. I know there's probably an easier way I could have done it. I could have nailed it or something, but that's how I stuck it up. This photo like kind of shows how crazy the amount of insulation. There's 3 layers of R1.5 in every wall. There's so much insulation. I worked it out once and it was like hundreds of square meters of insulation. So I don't really know what the R rating would be. So it's 3 layers of R1.5, which is R4.5. But I think the fact that it is 3 layers, it might reduce the effectiveness of it. So I don't really know whether it's still 4.5 or how the math works. Oh, Moist, where are you going? It's not like you have anywhere to be. Nah, I'm joking. Good luck with the new baby. Let me know how it goes and give me some pointers. What's this photo here? also, guys, I'm only looking at thumbnails before I show you these photos, so I don't know a lot about them myself before they come on the screen. Yeah, so that's got the nice fresh green sheets. So like building the shed was a process. Like I had to put the racks in and then screw the racks all into the studs and then insulate it and then put the sheets on. So I built the room basically from the inside out. So like if you look here, all these racks were inside the room before I put the sheets on the outside. So like a lot of thought went into my fish room. A lot of thought. I just lost my spot. So like I think like sometimes people say I'm lucky to have the things that I do, but in no way did I put so much effort into the fish room. So like I think like if you want what I have, it's not as simple as just putting a couple of tanks in a room. I took pride in building it and I think it shows. So like, oh, my old Makita radio, I don't know what happened to that. I think I sold it and I bought the Milwaukee and then my Milwaukee got wet. Oh, BJ, happy birthday. Having a birthday. Is that what we're saying? I think, is that what you mean? Having a birthday TB. What does TB mean? What's that photo? Man, I can't tell what half of the photos are. Where's the if we control and scroll and make them bigger? Should we look at some fish? Or do you... I think we've had enough of the fish room. What do you reckon? Oh, I miss this guy. This is one of the coolest fish I've ever had. Quite readily available. So I took this photo with a potato. One thing you gotta respect with old photos is the photo quality just isn't there. That's a snakehead gudgeon. He was... Oh, T-bone. Yeah, I get it. So... I've had a few of these guys. The old, Saratoga. I've never had much luck with them. I had a Saratoga and a fry saver and an alligator gar. The alligator gar in the tank next to it. The Saratoga jumped out of the fry saver, killed the alligator gar, and then jumped out of the tank and killed itself. What's next? I'm just like, check this photo. I'm reminiscing on like non-fish related photos as I'm looking for the fish photos. So I actually got this insulation secondhand. It was like an insurance job and the insurance company took the old insulation out and left it at the guy's house. So there is an entire house of insulation just in the roof of my fish room. I think I gave him like a carton of Corona for the insulation. What else relates, guys? I had this set up for a while. I don't know where that went. Where did that half IBC go? Is that a Marin? There's a Marin in there. Did I have Marin? Wow, this is tugging on the memory strings. I don't even remember having Marin, but that's definitely a Marin in that tank. What else is interesting around here? Lots of car photos. I still love like these photos of my ply tanks before I put the glass in. Look how fresh that looks. I mean, they still look fresh when I give them a good clean and I clean all the glass, but like before they were filled with water, they looked fresh. I actually love the ply tank look. I like them better than glass. I know the viewing window's smaller, but there's something about them just floats my boat. My original plan was the whole room was going to be ply tanks, and the only reason it's not is just because I just don't have time to build them all. The plan was to put glass tanks in there and then slowly take them out and replace them with ply tanks, but I just don't have the time to do it. IBCs everywhere, guys. I've always had so many IBCs. I think I've got about 7 or 8 of them at the moment. Look, there's photos of IBCs for days. If you look, people say, where is it? People say only use food safe containers. But if you look at this one, see it's herbicide. This is actually one of the IBCs that's on my water change system. So don't worry about what's been in them. I just rinse them out and I use them. And none of my IBCs that have fish in them were food safe IBCs. Now, take that with a grain of salt. Don't go putting fish in a herbicide IBC and then they die and come blame me. But I do think that people overreact with IBCs. I just bleach them, huge handful of Seachem Safe, and just rinse the hell out of them. Really good ones is the AdBlue ones. I know it sounds dodgy, but the AdBlue, when they dry out, it crystallizes inside and they're super easy to clean. One of the IBCs that's on my koi pond was actually an engine oil one, and that was the worst. Do not get one that's had oil in it. Oh, yep. So Blake's here with the intermediate bulk container. I always forget what IBC stands for. So that was BJ's question. Thanks for the super chat. Tater salad. I can't believe that. I still can't believe that I thought it was Tatorsdale. I've said that for so long and you never even corrected me. Bunnings plumbing section. There's probably a photo of that around here. Tater salad. Are you like falling back on the stream a bit? Are you talking about the photo that I posted before of the plumbing? You might not be live by the sounds of it. So here's a little hack. If I'm watching a YouTuber and they're not, and I've fallen behind in the live, and I want to catch up, I actually just watch it at 1.5 speed, so that way I don't miss any of the action. But I catch up to what we're up to. Oh, check this out. This is the beginning. What's in the tanks? Let's have a look around. I don't know what they are. I was going to say Red Empress, but they're not. I've got no idea what fish they are. They might be juvenile Red Empress. Maybe. Actually, I think that might have been the Super Red Empress. They were in that particular tank. I don't know what they are. Some crappy looking fish. When I set this room up at first, guys, the quality definitely wasn't there. There's a VC10 and something else. Oh, Dimicomp. Is that just a lone female? I don't even remember. What are they? I think these might have been a hybrid from memory. Not long before I built this room in my old fish room, somebody sold me a lot of hybrids. It was like $700 or $800 worth of fish, and they were all hybrids. It was pretty disappointing. That's kind of... Oh, there's a Afara, Kobe Afara, is it? There's actually that's a Malawi trout in there. Oh, what are they? They're the I can't remember, intermedius or something. He changed the spelling, used to be an E on the end. But like, it still does, even with an E on the end, it doesn't say Dale. I don't know. I keep seeing heaps of koi pond photos, but I'm trying to save them for next week. This looks like the old fish room. Oh, so this is when I was draining the tanks to put the fish in the new fish room. I actually don't really think I have any of the fish from that fish room in my current fish room anymore. When I built the new fish room, I really wanted to step away from the medium quality fish, and I felt like the fish room was super nice and it deserved nice quality fish. So I pretty much got rid of everything I had at the time and started again. More pond photos. There's heaps of pond photos. I'll probably put them into an album before next week. They're really spread out. I built my koi pond over like more than a year, so the photos are spread out through this album. This is my old air pumps. So I was running an LP100 and an LP60, and it wasn't enough air. I ran out of air. That just kind of gives you a reference of how big my blower is that I currently use. And I've added like double the tanks I had when I swapped over, if that makes sense. When I put the blower in, I've added just double the tanks since then. I can't... Oh, here's the... What's going on here? Oh, that's the water change system. See how it's got the float in the side of the IBC there? Yeah. When I built this, the internet was not impressed. Trying to find a photo of the water change system before it was finished, but I can't see any. It's kind of like the photo went from that IBC on the ground to that IBC up on the roof. See, I had to cut the frame out just to get it to fit. Like, that's how close it is to the roof of the shed. That's annoying. I must have deleted some photos. So, like, I have been through these galleries and deleted and only kept some of the photos. So this is like before the water change system was hooked up. And then, so like, I posted this frame on the internet with the two IBCs on top, and I just remember everybody saying that the IBCs weren't going to hold. But yeah, look how clean look how much space there is. I really got to build some cupboards, guys. One of the biggest problems is... Oh, no, it's not really. I'm going to use any excuse. I was going to say I can't get any board at the moment. But it's not true. I have shitty tanks out from my car. Anonymous, that's what my tank with the V-Hut is. You know how the tank looks gross and I feed it crappy food? And that's where I throw all my flower horn culls and they get eaten. But yeah, I'm the same. I don't really, if they're under about 5 centimeters, I can pretty much throw them in a bag. But when they start getting to like 8 centimeters, I feel bad killing them, so I throw them in tanks. I wonder if, what's going on in this photo? I wonder if this is first fill. No, actually, they're full of water in that photo, so that wouldn't be first fill. I'm spewing I don't have more progress shots of that. It's kind of just IBC on the ground and then so this photo here, have you guys seen the photo where I've written on it and it's got all the labeling of what does what? This is the photo here. Look, it looks actually better there without that fish tank. You know how there's the 4-foot tank with the Dimmochromis in it? This rack looks better without that fish tank there. Maybe I should get rid of that fish tank. I actually kind of want to shut down a couple of tanks. The waterfall tank, I'm thinking about taking the heater out and running it as a cold water tank and putting goldfish in it over winter. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comments. Change it to Taylorsdale next week. There's my blower. There's my baby. It's kind of a funny picture. Look, there's a blower and then there's 5 sponge filters in front of it. Like, as if I'm using the blower to only use 5 sponge filters. I actually need to order another one. For anybody who's got a fish room, always keep a spare of your air pump, and I don't have a spare. Let's check this out. So this is my air pump in my fish room, and then the grey one behind it is the air pump on one of the machines at work. So what have I done here? I've had to like do a bit of a dicky fitting. Oh, that's right. So I don't have this air pump actually came with like just a filter on the end, and I had to cut the filter off and put a barb on it so I could put a hose on it. So I actually did have a spare. So see this one here, it was actually bigger too, which didn't matter, but this came from a friend of mine, Chumbies. He gave it to me for free. But I lent it to somebody, and the person I lent it to told me that it got stolen. So I don't know whether it really did get stolen or not, but I don't have that spare air pump anymore. So I always had that sitting there, and it was kind of like if I go on holiday and the air pump breaks, like all the house sitter had to do was just swap them over. So I really want to get another one, and I really want to set it back up like this. So maybe next time I got a bit of spare cash, I'll order the pump. These pumps are cheap as too. Like if I go over here, good old eBay, GF-180C. Is it sad that I even, is it not C? Oh, I was gonna say, is it sad that I even remember? Look at them, they're only $127. That's not the air pump that I've got, but is it F? Anybody in the comments remember? I swear it's C. It's not C. I remember they're about 200. That's annoying. So that's the GF 180, which is not the one I'm after. That's 300 liters per minute. Mine's 500. Now it's annoying me. I want to get it right because GF, if any of you guys want to order one, I swear it's C. Yeah, GF 180C. Look, my video comes up when you search it. How cool is that? Search the air pump, my YouTube video. That's cool. No wonder that's like my most viewed video. Alright, so the C isn't on eBay for some reason. So if you're thinking about ordering this pump, I will say, see, it's $259. It's like double the price, almost double. My maths is not correct, but if you look down here, I hope you guys can see that. 540 liters per minute, and it's still also 180 watt. Whereas this one here is 300 liters per minute and 180 watt. So you're getting an extra 240 liters per minute for the same amount of electricity. So, you would be crazy not to get the C. The problem is, I've had like a friend order one, and I've told them, and they've accidentally ordered this one, which is still alright, but I'd rather pay the extra $100 and get the free air. Like, you know, I'm all about energy consumption. I don't know if it runs at pressure 10 kPa. What's this one? It might run at a higher kPa. Where's the I hate it. I hate eBay sometimes when you're trying to find descriptions in Home. 8 kPa. See, the kPa is even lower. I don't understand how they're the same electricity. Can anybody in the comments, if anybody's like an electrical engineer or some shit, this is the sort of thing that messes with my head. Like, if I can't learn how something works, it frustrates me. I think you guys already know that about me. I didn't finish my coffee. So if a pump, so they look identical in the photos. They've got the same name, but one's got a C on the end. Obviously the model doesn't affect anything. They're the same voltage, they're the same wattage. I think they're the same weight. Let's see. Oh, this one doesn't say a weight. They're the same pump, man. But one is 8 kPa, 300 liters a minute, and one is 10 kPa, 500 liters a minute. How? Like, honestly, they're like the same. Oh, man. Oh, that one actually doesn't look the same. But honestly, like, how? Somebody in the comments better answer this question or I'm ending the stream. No, I'm only joking. I'm ending the stream either way. Alright, what has Anonymous said? Anonymous is looking at buying a house with a fish room. With the potential for a fish room. Mate, you know I'm always in the PMs, happily to answer questions. If they're silly Google questions, then go away. But if you want to learn about, if you want my experiences on things, see, sorry, I'm taking a step backwards here. I really need this question answered. Maybe I'll like call and Google electrical engineer and ask them the question. Alright, so this pump, let me reiterate, 180 watts, 10 kPa, 540 litres per minute. This one here, 250 watts. So it's using 70 watts more of electricity, and it's only 450 litres per minute. What the hell does that C mean? That C in the name, is that magic? I really need to know the answer to this question. I don't understand. I do not understand. They're way cheaper, so maybe the price has something to do with it. G'day Pete, how are ya? You've really walked in on a bit of a debacle. I'm actually confused. And also, why isn't there any GF180Cs on eBay? Let's look at Resun blowers, see what other ones there are on here. Alright. So that's 250 watt. So the one that I used to have, that spare one, I've lost everything, guys. So that one there, the plaque's not showing. So from memory, this big grey one here was only 600 litres, but it was like 400 watt, whereas this one's 500 litres and 180 watt. Like you can see overall size of the machine is so much bigger. Looks like we've only got these two sizes on eBay. 180, 180, 180. $250, $250. What about if we just look up blower? What happens if you look up air blower? Yeah, air pump. What's this one? So this one's a different brand. That's Sun. 180 watts, 435 litres per minute. I kind of would expect that to be maybe just discrepancy in testing, the difference between 400 litres and 500 litres. That looks identical to mine. $195. Feel like ordering one. That sticker on there is different to the that says 250 watts. That one's 12 kPa, so it's high kPa. How big's this one? 1,000 litres per minute. How much electricity? I'm just like in my own little zone here, guys. I'm not even reading the comments. I'm sorry. Alright. I'm guessing it's got something to do with like maybe like the electrical, the copper spin on the motor or something. Like high quality motor draws less electricity. Yeah, something to do with like the ohms, and like so the high quality motor, that's why the air pumps double the price, because the higher quality motor is more efficient at producing the RPM. How do you plan on fixing the pond in the shed from the tree root damage? Alright, so to the first part of that question, the tree root isn't what damaged the tanks. The tanks have leaked well before the tree roots. The tree roots are a result of the leak because they're chasing the water. How do I plan on fixing it? I've got absolutely no idea yet. The problem is it's stainless steel and fiberglass doesn't stick to it, as we've learnt already. So that's another reason on top of all the others on why I haven't fixed it yet, is because I don't know how to fix it. You'll have to tear down laser tanks. I'm not tearing tanks out. To move it, I need to take a wall out. So I need to take all of the tanks out. It's like a domino effect. If I was going to repair it, I would repair it in situation and a lot of crawling. If I was going to replace it, I have to cut it out in sections. Oh, BJ's off. I'll see you later. Oh, he's got a family lunch tomorrow. Oh, I'm guessing there's a bit of a time difference on that one because he said he needs to get to sleep. G'day, Dr. Black. How are you? Chef's message retracted. That's not good. It's got to be all about the magnet strength. Yes, definitely. Yeah, power losses through heat. Yeah, so yeah, it's either got something to do with the copper wiring of the motor, the quality of the magnets, how much heat is produced, just all that sort of jazz. How much power is this one? See, that's pretty effective. 1,000 liters a minute and 370 watts. So that's really effective, but obviously huge flow. Yeah, so you can't go past these guys. They're, what are they? HA80? Helia air compressor. That would be HA. I've used one of these Pond ones as well. They all work the same. Like, people say which brand's better than others, but honestly, I've always used Raysun, and they've been good. The Pond one, I've heard are really good. I haven't used one for a long period of time. I think I've just like acquired one through like a deal, and then I think I might have given it away actually. You know what I've got to order, guys? I tell you seriously, I've got to order some diaphragm kits because I've got 5 diaphragm pumps running, and all of them have diaphragms which are between 2 and 4 years old. So all 5 are probably on their way out. I've got one spare set, and the one good thing is I'm running the LP40 and the LP60. They use the same diaphragms, so my spare set that I have will actually fit all of my air pumps. What's this? Electric balloon inflator. That's not what we want. What's this air pump? That seems quite expensive. What is this air pump, guys? Do you know? MC3000. I don't care about your shop. I just want to read the 16 liters a minute, 7 watts. Why is that so expensive? That's almost as much as a Shigo WS3. Has anybody used one of these air pumps? Are they like gold plated or something? I'd be buying a WS3 if I was spending that much money. Oh, you guys are making no sense in the comments. Oh well. Should like buy one of these electrical balloon pump inflator and just like plug it into some air stones and like turn it on and see if it will run for days at a time. HAP 80. I was close. I said HA 80. HAP 80. These are the ones I need. LP 60. We should get a spa blower. I wonder if this shows how many liters it does. That thing would move some serious air. 880 watts. Yeah, I'll run that on my fish room. It doesn't say how many liters, but anyway, I think I might jump off, guys. I think we're at the end. Wow, see, like, I reckon you could run a fish room off one of these, but the problem is it's so much electricity. Does it say? It doesn't say the pressure. My pump only runs at 1 psi. So you literally only need to make 1 psi to run my fish room. The problem is that's some serious electricity. Something tells me that I'm better off just buying one that's actually 4 fish tanks. I'm half tempted to just order one of these. Nah, if I'm gonna get a second one, I want to get the 180C. Because I know what would happen if mine broke and then I got this cheaper one as a spare. I would end up leaving that on my fish room and I wouldn't buy the better one, and then it'd just be a shit show. I should just jump on Facebook and see if anybody's got one of these laying around that I can buy cheap, because my guess is like heaps of people have got these in their shed and they've actually brought them and then realized how loud they are and then thrown them in the back of the shed. So if anyone's got one in the back of the shed, let me know. Chev uses an LP60. You can't go wrong with an LP60. One interesting thing, right? An LP60 is quieter than an LP40. Answer that riddle for me. That riddle is as bad as my electricity consumption of this bad boy. The riddles are everywhere tonight. Anonymous is going to run a fish room off a jumping castle blower. Cheap, have a spare. Plenty to go. Yeah. G'day, John. Good morning. Have a good day. What better time than 6:20 a.m. to be told to have a good day? I've really got in early on letting you know that you should have a good day. So yeah, you're definitely right, Blake. I definitely need to have this spare. Where was it? That one, this one here. Shout outs to Aqua Shop. Oh, it's aquarium. It's aquarium wholesales. I've ordered from this shop before, I think. Nah, maybe not. Do you know what? This isn't an Australian site, I don't think. That's sad, because that means there's probably no GF 180Cs in Australia. How many liters is a 120C? 330 liters. So the 120C is the same as the 180, as far as output. But yeah, you can see that they are different. Like, they're even a different color. I don't know. They've got way more ribs on the motor. If you look at like that one too, see, way more ribs. Whereas if you look, I don't see, there's like less ribs on the motor. So I definitely think we're on something to do with the heat distribution. Because heat uses it, it takes energy. I definitely think it's just something to do with the build quality of the motor. But anyway, don't buy this air pump. Make sure it's got the C at the end of the title. Is there anything we can all do? What spurk the channel mean? Do you mean like push the channel? I don't know. Pretty much just like if you really want to be that kind and push my channel, the best way to get people onto the channel, if you see a post on Facebook and there's a video you can think of that you've watched on my channel that relates to that post, sharing that video on that post is definitely by far the best way to get the channel out there. But things like commenting on every video, liking every video, all that sort of stuff helps. I think anyway. I don't really know the algorithm stuff. I don't know that much about the algorithm. Yeah, so you can see my air pump has like the way more ribs on it than the other one. Is that it there? Yeah. It's a different blue too. It's like that darker blue, whereas the 180 is the lighter blue. Man, see this filter? I had this filter for years. It got like moved around on all sorts of tanks. I didn't actually build this. Someone gave it to me, like as is. Anyway, guys, we've been live for 1 hour and 24 minutes. Blake had to cut his stream short, whereas I'm making mine twice as long. How many photos did I open? Hopefully there's nothing bad behind all the photos. Only like my bank details. No, I'm just joking. There we go. That's my wedding. Alright, I'm going to wrap it up there, guys. I can't see the end stream button. There it is. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. I had fun this stream. I think some of you might have had fun. Next week is going to be the koi pond. So basically the same format as today, I reckon. But the koi pond. Yeah. Anyway, peace out. Have a good one. And have a good day, John.